A live picture again at the U.S. Capitol this evening. Sorry for the shaky video. As you can imagine, an army of photojournalists have been on the move for the last many hours here trying to bring you images from what's happening. We can tell you the U.S. Capitol building has once again been secured. That's according to law enforcement. The protesters have been pushed back into the streets. Many have gone away. Others, though, continue to linger, even though a curfew has been in effect in Washington, D.C. for about a half hour now.
And we should also mention that the acting Attorney General, Jeffrey Rosen, has put out a statement saying that violent protests at U.S. Capitol was an intolerable act on a fundamental institution. Bill, it seems that everyone is denying or, trying to dissuade these protesters today. However, the president has not taken a substantial, forceful act in saying to these folks, go home, stand down, it's over.
Yeah, I think that's right. And you have to think a bit about who's around the president. So for a long time, or at least early in that presidential administration, there were the adults in the room. There were those who were willing to push back against the president, give him bad news, to say, this is what you need to do, Mr. President. And over time, he has slowly removed those voices. So the individuals around the president are those that will reinforce what he wants to hear. And that's very, very scary in a moment of crisis like this, when you need somebody to tell the president the truth and what he needs to do and how he needs to come and grapple with reality. I'm not sure if President Trump can discern between fact and fiction anymore. He's drifted into this really, really dangerous territory, and he's surrounded by people who will continue to sell that false narrative.
And Bill, quickly, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, how we look to folks across the globe. I mentioned that Boris Johnson weighed in, but Justin Trudeau from Canada is also weighing in. Canadians are deeply disturbed and saddened by the attack on democracy in the United States, our closest ally and neighbor. Violence will never succeed in overruling the will of the people. Democracy in the U.S. must be upheld, and it will be. Do you think, is this embarrassing for us across the globe right now?
Oh, it's beyond embarrassing. I've been contacted by friends, colleagues, and students from around the world today sending messages, and they're sad. It's sad to see the American democracy in this shape. So yeah, I think this is it's a time for a moment of reflection about where we are, what we've gone through over the last 4 years, and how we move in a better direction. So yes, the world is watching. It is absolutely watching this, and America has always been, as you noted earlier, the beacon of democracy around the world. And so it's important that the country grapple with that and move in a better direction.
Alrighty, Bill Muck, political science professor from North Central College. We appreciate you joining us and providing your political perspective on these events that continue to unfold tonight in our nation's capital.